Au revoir, everyone, and welcome to the French Grand Prix of IRC Season 7, Round 8. And we are here in Paul Ricard, then. And it's a good track, isn't it? It's all right. I gotta say, the track as in terms of racing around is probably not the most entertaining in the world, but when there's league racing about afoot, then it is an absolute cracker race. It's absolutely cracking to watch, isn't it, with league racing on? And I have no doubt this is going to be a cracking in of itself. I keep saying cracking a lot at the moment, so it's going to be a cracking race, isn't it? Well, I think I said au revoir in the intro there. I think I should have said bonjour. That's it, bonjour. Yes, we are here for round 8. That's a terrible start to the stream. So, yep, I was starting, so I mean to go on then. So, I gotta say then, it's carnage in the commentary box. It will I doubt it's gonna be carnage on the track then. Well, who knows though, because this track, I gotta say, there's a lot of runoff area around here. Even if I think that I might have needed this amount of runoff area when I first started to drive. Yeah, that's how bad I was. So, yeah, I was taken off the road in an instant. Anyway, we're into qualifying then. This is the first part of qualifying, where we're going to aim to lose one driver, as we've got 16 cars, and we've got a 16 car field here tonight in Paul Ricard. Of course, well, if you're thinking about playing a commentary bingo tonight, which I gotta say was one of my favourite games to play back in Monza when Ted Crouch talked about it. But yeah, there'll be some words you can tick off of that list. There's one of them will probably be where I'll speak about manicure a lot. I'll also speak about Matt's collision with JJ last year as well, which I did. I have to bring that up, don't I? It was a 3-car squabble between JJ, Matt, and someone else. Was it Brown? I think it was Brown. Oh, was it Brown or PB? I'm not too sure who it was, but yeah, there was a bit of a collision between those three. It was around this part of the circuit here, wasn't it? And it was a spectacular incident, wasn't it? Really got me on the up and up, didn't it? So as we're just watching Toon Fan on track at the moment, you can see then the track map on the right hand side there is as you can tell from that track map, it's a very elongated circuit, isn't it? Wow, elongated. That's an incredible word I've just used there, isn't it? I'm really impressed with myself. I've bet a dictionary tonight as he's coming down then the long back straight. Yeah, you can see, look how elongated the track is. I think that might play a part with the weather, because it might be raining on one part of the circuit and completely bone dry on the other part of the circuit, perhaps. Who knows? And it's a Toon Fan there just coming down the back straight. This is Toon Fan's second race, I believe, in IRC today. I think he did a very good debut last week in Canada. I think he was definitely... There's definitely room for improvement there, but I think he did a fantastic job. And nonetheless, anyway, of course, Toon Fan replaced in the IRC legend, of course, the man who's ever present, was ever present, I should say, Dave. And so he's got some big shoes to fill, hasn't he? Car too. And let's see what he can do there as he's opening up the lap in just a few moments then. So you can see there's the I get really excited about this as he's invalidated his lap already, and I'm wondering if that might have invalidated his lap for his first lap as well. Let's take a look. I think it has indeed there. So unfortunately for Toon, he's going to have to go round again then. So we're going to keep an eye on Toon as he makes progress. We've got a couple of cars there in the same facility as each other. It is Maxi and of course JJ, who was involved in that incident last year. Quick update on the comments then, as we're just watching Timmy coming down the back straight now. Sorry, that's the start finish straight. My apologies, as he goes into 1 and 2. Got yellow flags that are fluttering in the sector 3 section. Is that they're starting to queue up there. And I gotta say, it's a very good test track, isn't it? It's a bit like an airfield, isn't it? Really, I mean, there's so much runoff area, and I've got these blue and red lines out there as well. Of course, the blue lines is for the it's an abrasive surface, isn't it? It's an adhesive surface, I think, is what they mentioned. It's you can tell I'm really not very scientific at all, is it? But then basically it's to stop the car from spinning and slow the car down. Of course, the red is super abrasive, and that means it will stop the car quicker than the blue stuff. I think, anyway, that's what I say in a nutshell. That's all I know about that, and that's really the end of my knowledge on that as well. On board Timmy's, he's coming on the back straight here, and he's purple the first sector. Talking of which, actually, before I get into the comments, I've noticed that all you guys are already chatting away, and I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving it. I got to say, I really enjoyed last night's stream. Well, before I say that, I do enjoy the Elite stream anyway. Of course, I think Dave does a fantastic job, and really really, I get thoroughly entertained with the elite stuff as well. It's brilliant stuff. Him and Matt do a good job. And of course, last night I really enjoyed it as well. It felt like the Eurosport. I think I mentioned in the comments. It felt like the Eurosport's commentary team, didn't it, when they did Le Mans? As I really enjoyed the street. It was thoroughly entertaining as Timmy goes fast at the moment as he's the first man to cross the line. We've got Williams there in the background as well, just coming around. I think it is Brown. Brown then is going to fly up into second position. We've got Fizzy on the intermediate tyres as well. As I think he's got his advanced weather system on. Just watching Sven who's on track. Great to see Sven back in the car as well. Samuel also on track as well. Samuel making his debut tonight. I haven't even touched on Samuel there, so we'll talk about Sam in just a few moments' time. But as I'm just quickly, it's JJ there getting very wobbly there. Sam is invalidated his lap as well. But yeah, just going back then, last night's commentary team, of course, we had 4 in the booth in the end, didn't we? We had Matt, we had Fizzy, we had Dave, and we had Brown as well. One thing that did make me chuckle was when Brown had to mute his mic, didn't he? I wish I knew how to mute my mic because then you wouldn't hear me like gulping my Ribena down. But yeah, I found that really funny when he had to mute his mic because he was tucking into a McDonald's. That was brilliant, wasn't it? And it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I said, it was like the Eurosport commentary team when they do Le Mans, and I think that I gotta say sometimes I watch Le Mans just for the commentary because I think it's great stuff. I do enjoy that, and yeah, hats off, loved it last night, really did. But I do enjoy Elite when I can watch it. I try and watch it when I can, but unfortunately, being stuck at work at like 6-7 o'clock at night, it's just it's depressing, isn't it? On its own, unfortunately, work does get in the way, and I have to actually do stuff. On board, Matt Lanes is coming down the back straight as well. Anyway, enough about me waffling on and all that kind of stuff. Let's go on board with Matt, who is quite high up in the championship. I should need to go through the championship as well, don't I? Really, gosh, I need to get an agenda, don't I, in front of me, and just actually stop waffling on and just actually like and actually just do what is important. And what is important right now is what you're saying in the comments, and also the championship standards of IRC Super. As Matt is just floating around the final couple of corners. Then car 25 fed. I think he stole that number off Dave, didn't he? I think they all had car 25, didn't they? I think for Dave's last race. I'm not sure if that went through yet or not in the end. As Matt goes at 6 fast at the moment, JJ 5th. We got Sam there making his debut. He's invalidated time again. Sven is showing us the brand new pit lane, fantastic stuff. And here comes a double cream cat then, as he is flying through. I think it's that Lycée, is it? I'm not sure. I think that corner's Lycée, isn't it? Well, that's going to be the danger zone, I think, for later on tonight when they start to really put the pedal down, don't they? When they start to really put their toe down, that's going to be very much a danger zone, isn't it? I can't remember who sung that song actually now. I was going to use my Grand Theft Auto knowledge there, but that completely fell flat on its face. Here comes Double. He's gone 5th fast. Some good stuff in the Haas driver. Sam invalidated his time now, and I've got to say one thing that's really is good about this track is that you can basically get around this track in almost half the time as you do on a hot lap. It's because you can just basically cut the corners, can't you? Here comes T Sammy. Fantastic start to the season so far. Maxi is also on track as well as he's through the final sector. Yeah, so in the comment section we have got Bro Grillo, who was meant to be in this session, but he's got some kind of issue with notifications or something. I got to say, I'm not sure what's occurring there. As I'm actually coming around the final corner, I've turned my notifications off. Actually, come to think about it, so I wonder if you might have accidentally turned them off. Well, it might be too late now. Maxi's gone fast, is on a 31-1 there. Beautiful stuff from a Red Bull driver. My goodness me, he was definitely flat on that, wasn't he? So to be honest, one thing that did make me laugh earlier was Harry's GIF. Actually, he sent a brilliant GIF there. Basically, we've tried nothing, now we're all out of ideas. That made me laugh way too hard. So really, as I was cackling on the old bus, so people thought I was kind of a witch as well. Oh, and T Sammy had given Fizzy a bit of the snip there, wasn't he? As he's coming through the final couple of corners now. Car 36. T Sammy is he's just exiting the final corner now. I think there's 15 turns around this course. And he is coming up to the line now. Where does T Sammy go? T Sammy goes at third fastest then, just behind Timmy at the moment. A 10th of a second behind Timmy then in the Toro Rosso. Good stuff indeed then. As Fizzy is out on track mode, as you can see then, he is really lighting up the track, isn't he, with those intermediate tyres. And you can look at that. I've got to say, I quite enjoy watching drivers go on the on the dry circuit with the intermediate tires on, because it just shows how incredibly different it is, doesn't it? Between the when you've got like intermediate tires on the slick tires, it's incredible. It's night and day, isn't it? Or it's like wet and dry, completely opposite. Anyway, going back to the comments, I apologize, guys. I'm on a bit of a mare tonight, aren't I? We got Toon fan saying, "Evening, not a huge fan of this track." I don't think a lot of people are really. I think that this is probably the most despised track on the whole calendar. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, actually. We're also, by the way, we're also on Instagram now, so I suggest you follow IRC on Instagram. I've got to say, I'm very new to it. Well, I've been on Instagram for years, but I don't know how to use it. All I know is I just randomly send pictures of myself every now and again. But follow us on Instagram. Of course, keep an eye on the Twitter page as well. It's good stuff, isn't it? We're becoming a global phenomenon here in the international racing community. As Harry, they're just navigating the mid chicane now. And I think I need to say thanks to Max. I think I forgot to share the stream now, which isn't good, is it? I've been on there for 10 minutes. I haven't talked about the championship. I haven't done anything yet, which is really appalling, isn't it? Anyway, going back to Toon's comment. Yeah, this I gotta say, this track is probably. I would like to hear your thoughts on what is your least favourite track. I would say that this is probably up there, isn't it? But having said that, this track does produce some great races. I mean, last night, I think it was still a good race. Not the most eventful race in the Elite League, is it? But I got to say, it's quite difficult to have all the Elite races are very eventful, isn't it? So I think we have to have one not so eventful race every now and again. Here comes Harry coming to the line now. I think so the timing beam is just there, and he is at 10 fast at the moment there on a 45. PB has just about a time. Here comes Sven the man as he flies through Lycée, or the second part of Lycée. We've also got Roscoe on track as well, so keep an eye on what Sven does. We're keeping an eye on what Roscoe does as well. We've also got Nosey, who's predicting. Got to say, talking to Nosey, of course, the season 5 champion in IRC Super. He's did a hot lap, of course, on the website. Absolutely fantastic hot lap as well. And I've learned a thing or two about France, like how you shouldn't having a baguette upside down is actually insulted. And then me and Nosey actually spoke about that the other day, really, and I was wondering how why would you have a baguette upside down? And then of course Nosey did suggest about they might be you might have them in a pile or something like that. That just shows how excited our conversations get. Yeah, that's a very good point, that is. And that was just one point that just really stuck out of my mind. But yeah, go on to the IRC website there, and you can go through that fantastic app. It is an alternative viewpoint of how to drive this track quick as well. And Nosey is a quick driver. He's having a bit of a tough time in the Elite League, isn't he? I'm wondering. He's still a quick driver, I have no doubt about that, but I feel that he might have lost a bit of motivation at the moment, but hopefully he can get that back, because same with Not That Bad as well. I feel that Not That Bad does have the speed to really mix it with the Elite. Both those drivers do, as Roscoe goes full fastest. But I think they just need to. I think they're having a bit of a tough time in their careers, like every driver does. Remember Hamilton back in 2011, a very tough time in his career. We've had all sorts of drivers having all kinds of issues. Grosjean seems to have never-ended run of difficult times in F1, but he's still there, isn't he? Grosjean is. I remember Grosjean used to be very back in 2013. He was a phenomenal driver, wasn't he? So it's still there, isn't it? It's still in his back pocket. Grosjean is, but yeah, he is running out of time, isn't he? Just watching PB as he's coming through the final section now as well. It's very getting very eventful there on the steering wheel. PB is, but oh no! I think Armstrong might have a quality button, has he? I don't know. Unless he's crashed in the pits. Has he crashed in the pits? I got to say, as my thing goes the complete wrong way, Fizzy's back on the intermediate tyres then, so I think he's still waiting for that rain shower to come. If anyone remember the Malaysian Grand Prix back in 2009, where Ferrari sent Kimi out on full wet tyres? I was waiting for that rain to come, wasn't it? Just didn't come. The wet tyres was completely destroyed after 4 laps. So, of course, Alpha. I thought Fizzy was going then, but no, he was keeping his foot planted. On board with Sam then, of course, Sam there. Look at that understeer in that Renault. My goodness me, he was floating on there, wasn't he? We've also got Broke Gorilla reckons that T Sammy for pole and the victory. Then I wonder, Broke, do you also are you going to throw the fast lap in there as well? Because that could be a grand slam there for T Sammy, isn't it? Which is of course just the cherry on the top, really, isn't it? So get extra points for grand slam. Well, technically you do actually. You get a point for fastest lap, but yeah, I think that. I think it's just it's just a personal game for all drivers, isn't it? Really. we've also so Bro Gorilla saying that T-Sammy for Paul and the win. We've also got Steve saying good luck guys. We've also got oh dear, Toon's already got a. So he's got a DRS failure. Toon has. Sam's invalidated his time again. He's only got 4 minutes here. He's only got 4 minutes, so he needs to get himself going. And having said that, Asdog is out of the qualifying session, so this is more of a practice session now, isn't it, for these guys? So yeah, Sam should get through, but I think he would just like to get a timer in the on the board, wouldn't he, before going into the real action in Q2. Yeah, Tone's got a DRS failure, which isn't good at all. That's terrible. We've got Slim there going, yet as well in the comment section. Slim having his first podium for a very long time, so congratulations to Slim. I think that Slim is actually now starting to really get himself back on it, hasn't he? I feel that last season in Elite there, he was just having a bit, he's again like Nosey really, isn't it? He's just, Nosey not that bad. And RU Race as well. There's a lot of drivers in Elite at the moment. It's I think, of course, Elite is Elite, isn't it? It's incredible. But I feel that some drivers, I think there's a lot more in the bag, isn't it, for some drivers out there. Are you racing? I think not that bad. And Nosey have really got some more in the bank now as well. And of course, Slim is another one as well. Of course, remember the first season of Elite, Slim was right up there, wasn't he? Flying. And he was the part of the Fantastic Four, wasn't he? The 4 cars battling away at the front in Elite. It was good to watch, and it's great to see Slim back on the podium. Fantastic stuff. Got Sprint saying, good luck, guys. Because Sprint's usually in the Mercedes. Unfortunately, he's missing tonight as well. A lovely shot here from Sam as we're on board with him. We're going to talk about Sam in just a few moments when I get around to it. We've also got Slim. Hello, my fleshy mammals. How are we doing? Oh, I think Slim there is... yeah, I think he's loving life here tonight, isn't he? Fantastic stuff. We've also got Jacob saying, watching for split strategy in Q2. So it's not going very long here at all in France. Mediums lasting for about 10 laps before they drop off. Good information that is from Jacob. Of course, Jacob won the fastest drivers in the world, and you can see him on Wednesday nights in Elite as well. So good stuff. Good stuff. Good information there. And Sam there is coming up right behind the McLaren of Timmy. And I think that Sam is not on the lap anyway, but yeah, they're probably going to help him start this lap, is he? Back on board with Sam, and he's not using DRS either at the moment as he comes down the back straight. He's done 3 laps on these soft compound tyres. We got T-Sammy. Hello, guys. Thank you for the support, Todd. That is from T-Sammy. Toon saying, I hate this track limits on this game. Nosey going low, and I can't mention what I said in private. So, yeah, I think the Toon there is very unhappy there. Anyway, let's quick. We've got a minute to go then. We're on board Sam, who's making his debut tonight in IRC. So, welcome, Sam. Of course, I have seen Sam have seen Sam race around race on F1 2019. It's great to see him in there. Of course, Sam has been in. He's had a very steep learning curve, hasn't he? But he's just been getting quicker and quicker. I've got to say that Sam's talent there is really starting to grow, isn't it? The more he races, the quicker he gets there. So it's good stuff to see Sam there really just kind of spreading his wings, isn't he, in league racing? So it's great to see from Sam, and he is driving the Renault tonight. Of course, Renault in their home track as well, so they would like to do well in their replacer Snap, who unfortunately is not here again, which that's disappointing, isn't it? Of course, but hopefully Snap will be back soon, because of course he's a RRC veteran, isn't he? As well, he's like a part of the furniture, isn't he? Snap is, so hopefully he's back in his one, of course. But it's great to see Snap. It's great to see Sam. I'm getting all my S's mixed up now, so it's great to see Sam in action as well, isn't he? As he's just coming through the final couple of corners now. Yeah, so he's coming into turn 15 as well. Look how cute that turn for 15 is. It's brilliant, isn't it? Well, no, it's not brilliant at all. I don't like them. Oh, look at that. Sam going 5th fastest. Good stuff there from the debutant. Hats off to Sam. And that was on 4-lap ode. Soft compound tyres. My goodness me. Flying in sector 1 then. It's whoa, as he flies off the track there. Yeah, going back on the Toon comment, actually, I'd just like to elaborate on that. Track limits around here, like around all circuits in F1 2019, is quite brutal. But around here especially, it is if you run wide slightly, that is it. Like there, yeah, that would have been a track extension there, wouldn't it? It's absolutely it's horrifying at times, isn't it? To me, it's second fastest at the moment. I gotta say, take this practice session. It is a practice session because Asdog unfortunately is out of qualifying. So so there's a practice session there. The competitiveness of this session was kind of out the window. So it's really it's more of a test session, like what's been going on in the real world of Formula 1 over the past couple of days. And Seb Vettel having a very interesting spin in Spain, I've got to say. Oh, that was such an impressive spin. I would have struggled to do a spin like that, and I'm pretty good at spinning. It's like my favorite song used to be "Dead or Alive" by Spin Me Right Round. Anyway, moving on from that, is Timmy is on a he's on a flyer at the moment. He's coming into the final sector now, and let's see what goes on. I gotta say, I quite enjoy the final sector around here. It's a bit stop start. But I think if you get it right and look, now talking of which, into the pit lane comes Timmy now. The pit lane used to start just here in 2018. Now it's been extended to make it a bit more safer. I think the pit entry is also extended as well, wasn't it? I know you hear that really horrible alarm there, isn't it? Of course, it sounds like yeah, it sounds like there's an emergency. Well, there might be an emergency as some guys are just coming into pits while Fizzy there is still waiting for the rain to come, but I don't think he's having no such luck at the moment. Oh, look at that! That's a brilliant bit of wheel spin there on the curb there from Fizzy's day. And I got to say, actually, that reminds me. We had a great bit of trivia actually in the super chat earlier on about says, look at that, he's incredible. I think those intermediate tyres are probably done, and I have a feeling that because Fizzy's on the intermediate tyres, we might not get any wet weather here tonight. Just a theory. As he comes across the line, he improves his time to a 150 there from Fizzy. Brilliant stuff as well. Yeah, just talking about the trivia going on in Super earlier on. I got to say there was a great question actually earlier on, and that's probably why I'm in such a great mood. Is because I've learned something new today. I'll share that with you in just a few minutes. But let's just take a look at this. Well, it's I know it's Q1, but it's a bit of a practice session, and let's just take a gauge and see what is going on then. At the moment, Maxi is fast at the moment there. The man who's now from Spain. Second is Timmy at the moment. 3 tenths for second away. T. Sammy third with Roscoe fourth. Both Toro Rossos are looking strong again. Sam Davidson right up in fifth with a man who's only in second race, 6th position. Hogg, Brown, 7th, 8th. Double and Sven, 9th and 10th. PB, JJ, Matt, Harry, Fizzy. It's all 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th. Asdog not setting a time, unfortunately, as he decided that he was well, I'm not sure if he decided or not. To be honest, I need to check the parish notices, really, don't I? Anyway, yeah, going into Q2 now, and we'll talk about Q2 in just a few moments, but I'd just love to share this amazing trivia because it's blown my mind, really. It was, of course, then the question was then who set a qualifying time in under a minute in Formula 1 there. And of course the answer was actually Nicky Lauda, which I got to say I love that, and he did it 3 times in 3 separate occasions as well. So yeah, you learn something new every day, and I got to say that is the best bit of knowledge I've gained in about a day and a half. So I got to say I was loving that. It was definitely the best way to start my first day. I got to say I love stuff like that. As you can see, double coming out of the pits now then in the Haas then, and this is a great opportunity to go through the drivers and the constructors then, as we're now getting into the competitive edge then of Super here on Thursday night then. Let's take a look, shall we? T. Sammy at the moment has got a 42-point lead over second place Matt. Third position is Asdog there, who's 72 points back. Then Roscoe moving up 2 positions, he's back up to 4th now. Good stuff. Timmy there staying 5th. That is, you feel it's a bit of leapfrog, isn't it, between 4th, 5th and 6th, as Timmy stays 5th. Fizzy dropping down to 6th. Steve moved up to 7th there. Steve has in the racing point. Good stuff as well. Dave dropping down to 8th. Dave hasn't raced, has he? Unfortunately after bowing out in Monaco, but he's still in a good competitive 8th position. Maxi moving up a position to 9th. Sprint dropping down to 10th. Our big movers in the championship. Hogg moving up 2 positions, he's up to 11th. Harry moving up a couple positions. Also Gunnar, of course, so made a debut last week in Canada as well, moving up 4 positions. Good stuff indeed. In the constructors end, we got Toro Rosso there, who I've got to say, the cream of the crop, aren't they, at the moment? They're doing a fantastic job. 56 points in front of a Red Bull, who are second. Third position is Racing Point. Remember, Racing Point were almost rock bottom after the first 2-3 races, so fantastic recovery there from Racing Point. Brilliant. McLaren and Alfa Romeo swap positions, but my goodness me, it's very, very tight in the middle part of the quarter instructors. Fantastic stuff. 58 points for McLaren, 57 points for Alfa Romeo, 53 points for Ferrari. That is a brilliant battle, isn't it? Keep an eye on all those guys there, because I think that there's going to be a lot of movement in there, isn't it? Good stuff indeed then. We've got Haas in 7th position. We're just watching one of the Haas drivers now of a double as he's coming through the final corner now. And let's see what happens here. Mercedes are 8th position there. They're also on 26 points as well with Haas, and so good stuff indeed then. That's getting a very feisty one. Williams on 12 points, and Renault, who are at their home Grand Prix, are currently on 8 points. And so let's hope for a big score for Renault tonight to appease the home fans there, isn't it? Just taking a quick look at the comments. So I've done the championship after almost being on air for quite a long time. for about, I think I've been on there for about 20 odd minutes. Flying, I think it's Flying Sauce there. Go Sammy, of course. Flying Sauce and a part of the elite, isn't he? And fantastic stuff. Flying Sauce is a brilliant driver, isn't he? We got Jacob saying great commentary as always. Set for a good one tonight, I reckon. Thanks, Jacob. Of course, I gotta say, I'll take that. I'll take that. I get very embarrassed. I've gone red, haven't I? Well, have I? Yeah, I have gone red there. Of course, Jacob, a great racing driver, isn't he? And yeah, it's great to have a comment like that. It really makes my Thursday nights then. Well, of course, what makes my Thursday nights even more though is watching these guys blast around a Formula One track. And tonight we are here in France there as well. But I would like to hear your thoughts actually on which is the track you least like around on the Formula 1 2019 calendar or the 2020 calendar. Or bit, of course, we haven't seen Vietnam yet. We also haven't seen the Dutch Grand Prix, even though if any, because there is going to be some changes to the Dutch Grand Prix. Of course, I think the track was raced in the 80s, wasn't it? So, but there has been some changes around there. Double goes fast on a 32.7 there. Good stuff there from the Haas driver. Beautiful from the Haas driver then. Who is, then we've got a Red Bull who is just started us up then. So we're keeping on the Red Bull. We got Ferrari of... Two out there. Timmy, they're going second fast mode. He's on the medium compound tyre. Of course, then we'll talk about the tyre selection in just a few moments. Then we've got Toon now coming through the final corner as well. Turn 15, very slow around there, isn't it? Hogg is just starting us up in front of him whilst Toon now. One of you is trying to look at them all in the background there. Toon is gone first. Harry has left the session, and there's a yellow flag. So I think Harry is out of qualifying, is he? It's a yellow flag for one of them. It's I think it is Harry. He's gone off at least. Say I think it is just around there. That was another car off as well. Harry's gone to the right hand side, and that's a Williams error. I think it was a Williams. Was it? I don't know. Let's take a look then. No, it's not Brown then. So I think it's PV then who is and the venture at least say. And Harry is out of qualifying then, so we're down to 14 runners then. This is incredible stuff here to start off the French Grand Prix qualifying then. My goodness me, it's PB there. As that corner always reminds you of Steve's brake failure and absolutely destroyed. I can't remember. I think it was it Are You Racing destroyed? I don't know. Of course, I'm back in the Super Cup, wasn't it? As unfortunately, Steve, they're having a technical gremlin there, and luckily both is okay. I certainly wasn't. My goodness me, it definitely raised my heart level slightly there. T. Sammy has gone fastest at the moment on a 32. That good stuff there from the Toro Rosso driver. Hogg is gone. That's incredible. Where's the I think it's the Alfa Romeo coming through. Look left, no, look right. That's a Ferrari in the hedge. My goodness me, Maxi has gone fastest on a 31.9, but Hogg is gone. He is out of qualifying. That is a huge, incredible start here in qualifying. We have lost two drivers already in this qualifying session. We're on board Matt, who's gone 6 fast at the moment. It's that Ferrari, so it's been cleared now. But yeah, going off there, at least say that is an appalling start then here in the second qualifying session now. Brown is on track at the moment. He's just finished up. Here comes JJ. Oh, look at that. The Bruin just kicking out there, isn't he? He comes up to the finish line now, and JJ goes 11 fast at the moment. PB is not really lighting up the timesheets at the moment there, as it looks like he's struggling to find a gear by it looks, as he is just on an outlap at the moment then. We're just going back through a Toon fan saying a P5 or P6 for the Ferraris. Unfortunately, I wish I read that comment earlier. Now is unfortunately one Ferrari's in the hedge, and that is Hogg there. So that's a shame there. Hopefully, that's a big shame indeed. Then we've also got we've also got T Sammy. Thank you, Flying Sauce. And a Toon fan also saying that's exactly what happened to me. An inch of the wheel off, and I've got invalidated. There's that's Nosy saying, oh, you know all about the things that are an inch. Stephen there is like, oh, nosy there. That's before the watershed, my good man. PB there is just invalidated. Sometimes going to have to go around again. And I think Toon also saying Hogg. Anyway, then we'll leave Toon and Nosy to their little bit of banter in the chat then, and I'm adjusting my headset because here comes Roscoe. He is on the back straight and coming down into turn 89. Of course, the chicane in the middle part of this straight there. Of course, there was arguments where to have that as just a long good straight there, wasn't it? But I got to say, it does produce some incredible action there, doesn't it? Halfway down that back straight then. Before we come to the problem corner now, which is of course Lee Sader. Look at how much he's off the track there, Roscoe. That is not a criticism. That is inspiring, isn't it? Of course, the amount of track he uses there, Roscoe, is try and minimize the slip angle, doesn't he? And great stuff indeed. That is what all great competitors do, don't they? They try and use all the track and then some, as much as they could get away with. And Roscoe is definitely pushing the limits there, pushing the boundaries, and that's what we like to see, don't we? As we're now coming through the final corner as well, and let's see what Roscoe does. What is he going to put himself? He puts himself into third position there, Roscoe. I've got to say, Roscoe's had a very good start to this season as well. Remember last season, Roscoe and Asdog, for me, they were two outstanding drivers, but in the first part of the season, well, the first two races especially, just feels like they had so much rotten luck. Roscoe was involved in that unusual incident in Bahrain, wasn't he? Of course, it was not his fault. And then in Australia as well, Asdog and Roscoe's had a cracking battle for second and third, and unfortunately, I think it was Asdog that made a mistake, and Roscoe was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it was absolutely it was incredible. It was an incredible season. I think really it's really good stuff to see Roscoe and Asdog having a great season this season as well. Of course, Asdog 2 wins this season. I gotta say I keep referring to the Baku race in Azerbaijan was absolutely brilliant stuff. It really was. I gotta say, to be honest, I shouldn't really play personal favourites really, but I do. So yeah, once again, yeah, I do play personal favourites. I probably shouldn't, but there you go. But I gotta say, I think no one could deny Asdog of an absolutely cracking win in Baku, and also in Spain as well. I think Spain was incredible, wasn't it? Both two races, Asdog really showed some incredible strategical prowess there, didn't he? Absolutely fantastic stuff from Asdog. Really well done. Yeah, so I think that his race in Baku in Spain did show some strong points there, didn't he? Sam in fourth position, man. I've got to say, Sam has settled in very well in this Renault, hasn't he? Look at that, Sam almost off the track as well, doing a similar thing to Roscoe. That is off the track. He didn't like that polystyrene board whatsoever, and he's just giving it a clout, hasn't he, on the Renault nose cone there, as he's just coming around at least there then. As good stuff indeed then. Sorry, I got distracted there. So then let's take a quick look then at the standards at the moment then. So we're well over halfway through Q2 as Sam comes into the pits then. So Sam is in the pits then in a very strong fourth position moment. You notice then on the left hand side, the tower we've got there, we have unfortunately lost Hog and Harry. They're going to be 13th and 15th respectively. Hog is going to be the very most 13th, and Harry unfortunately is going to be 15th. Hopefully Harry will come back in the session soon, because I think he left and I can't remember seeing him come back in. So hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he comes back in the session, because we want to see Harry race, don't we, on Renault's home track. And Fizzy is invalidated his time already on the soft tires. That's not good at all for Fizzy, is it? We can tell that because the track map has gone red, hasn't it? So yeah, that's not good at all there from Fizzy. So he's going to have to go all the way around again, unfortunately. But to be fair, I think he's doing a good job here of not just basically taking liberties with the track there and just using a different configuration. Which I got to say, I think there was, I can't remember the exact number now. I'm sure there's 200 odd configurations of track around here, wasn't it? It's incredible. And just like I say that, Fizzy goes straight on. Yep. So, yeah, there's 200 configurations of track, if I do believe. If I'm wrong, could someone please put me right? Because otherwise I'm going to believe that until the cows come home. I don't know where the cows are going, really, but I love that saying. Yeah, so I'm not sure. So if someone could put me right about that, but I'm sure it's like 200 odd configurations. And this track is incredible, isn't it, for testing cars and stuff like that. But as I mentioned earlier on the stream, in the real world of Formula 1, it's probably not the best track, probably not the best race to watch, is it? But having said that, in league racing, do not go anywhere. This is going to be a cracking race, action packed all the way up and down the field. So do not go anywhere. If you've already seen in qualifying, if your rear end is a bit, if your rear end's a bit flighty, I mean on the car, then you might end up on the side of the road there, of course. So unfortunately, just watch what's happened to Hog and Harry. So that's not good at all. Timmy there going down the back straight there. I think we've got 2 DRS zones on this circuit, haven't we? In between turn 7 and 8 and the first part of the straight, and then of course we've also got it on the start finish straight as well. Then, and here comes Timmy flicking it into Lee Say there. I gotta say that corner there, I think is a lot more difficult than what people make out. You have on every corner. sorry, on every track there's always a corner that seems to catch out the unwary. So I have found all of them on every single track, and this one today, I think it's turn 10 actually, not turn 11. I've been saying turn 11, so I apologize there. I've been misfeeding you information, which is absolutely appalling. Here comes Timmy coming through the final turn now, then out of turn 15 now. A couple of bites of the cherry there from Timmy there as the steering wheel is getting once the steering wheel's going to be a bit flighty there. Go 31-2 there for Timmy then. He's on the soft compound tires. He's nailed his colours to the mask, hasn't he? Timmy has in there orange for the McLaren there. And brilliant stuff there from Timmy there. On fastest as it stands at the moment. A lot of drivers are now going on to the soft tires. Here comes Sven, and he goes into 5th fastest in the Alfa Romeo. Also on the soft compound tires. And we're just waiting for Brown to come out. Brown, I don't think has showed his true hand yet. And JJ hasn't either. JJ, I think this is one of JJ's strongest races last year, wasn't he? Wasn't it? Albeit it did end unceremoniously. Well, he got involved in an accident just around here, didn't he? Of course, I think Matt was to blame. I think. So I, of course. So I think Matt did get a penalty. Actually, didn't I? I think. So as Sven there has got 4/10 of a second, and he's away then. But yeah, that's the only part I remember about the race last season, which is not very good at all, is it? Up until that point, though, that battle between Matt, I think it was Brown, I'm sure it was Brown and JJ, was absolutely frantic. I was loving that battle, it really was. And the strategy last year, I do remember a bit about the strategy. It was really good stuff indeed. And it's really interesting to see about who's going to go on the soft tires, because we've seen Jacob was talking about in the comments there that the soft tires was definitely not the way to go. Medium tires for 10 laps and then go on to the hard tires. And that was the majority of the strategy in Elite last night, wasn't it? Of course, Elite... really, Elite there, is really, I think, kind of last night for once in the race actually, really showed what the strategy causes, because something crazy happens in Elite all the time these days, doesn't it? So it just throws the which just throws the strategy up in the air, doesn't it? And so, but I think last night was definitely a much more. Was almost a much more calmer race, wasn't it? So I think that I would have gone for the medium to the hard, which is completely wrong probably, but I try and copy what the Elite does and it never works. So, but that's because I'm not very talented and I either chew up my tyres too much, and there's an Alfa Romeo right off the track there. I think that was Fizzy there on an out lap. I either chew up my tyres too much. Here comes Brown coming up to the line. He goes 4th fastest, Brown does. So he has put himself right in the mix there, hasn't he, the Williams driver? And I feel that I keep saying this every week. Hopefully Brown will have a good, strong event tonight, because I think he's been he needs one, doesn't he? Really, because he should have had. I think he should have had some really good point scoring finishes. It just hasn't come to fruition, has it? Sam's still on the Ford upload soft tires out there. Fizzy is attacking the circuit now. Matt is attacking the circuit, and I think someone else as well. Here's Toon coming down the back straight now, and here we go then. Let's see what Toon can do then, as he's just waiting for the back straight now then, and he drops down into 4th gear then. How quickly the cars drop down is incredible, isn't it? Before accelerating away on the back straight then. Guys in the drop zone moment, I think Matt is going to be looking over his shoulder, isn't he? Because he is only 4/10 of a second away from Toon at the moment, and I think that time could definitely be made up. Fizzy is out again, and so is Sam there in Q3 at the moment. Sam is on his debut. Fantastic stuff from the Renault driver, brilliant. JJ is given as JJ is going to start 12th again. PB didn't set a time, he was in 14th position. Harry 15th, PB 14th, Hog 13th, 12th is JJ. Who is going to be 11th? Who is going to be free into Q3? We're going to find out. I think it's between Double, Matt and Toon. Then we're on board with Toon. The yellow flag in free. I think that's a Williams there. Here comes Toon. He is second fastest. He has knocked Matt out at the moment there, but Fizzy there's just coming to the line there. Matt is also coming to the line as well. Double is on the verge, isn't he? Here comes Fizzy. He is 4th fastest. Here comes Matt. Where's he going to go? There's the line, and he's fastest. And unfortunately, Double is out of qualifying too. Unfortunately, Matt is going purple, triple purple. Fantastic. And he is the fastest in Q2. Brilliant stuff there. So that was a good end to qualifying. Unfortunately, who is bowing out is Double, JJ, Hog, PB and Harry, all out of qualifying 2, unfortunately. And they're going to be spectators now, which which I think is disappointing for those guys there. But of course, they will be in action for the race coming up in about 15 minutes time there, which is the beauty about league racing. It's the beauty about IRC, isn't it? Of course, where we have qualifying and the race all in one night, and I got to say that is so much action for you guys to handle. So I'm glad that you're staying with us here tonight. It's going to be great stuff indeed, isn't it? And oh dear, no! And I think Matt is out of qualifying. His AI has gone into the back. I think of one of the I think it's Fizz's car. Matt is out of qualifying 3, and the AI has completely ruined it. And oh no, that is that's a blow to us. That's a blow to Matt and all the fans, because yeah, we've now been robbed of a potential man who's going to be going for pole position here. Of course, Matt has already had 2 pole positions here this season and was going for a hat trick, and I feel that I feel we've been robbed there, so I'm not happy at all about that. And I'm sure and that is probably, and I'm just sat up here in the booth there, so Matt's going to be absolutely furious. That Codemasters there needs to learn how to drive their cars, don't they? Unfortunately, we've lost Harry, we lost PB, Hog, JJ, Double, and now Matt as well. After Matt just snuck through in the Q3, he is now out of qualifying, and he's going to be starting 10th there. So we are not. So that is absolutely appalling there, isn't it? As we're going to a top 9 shootout, which is great, I suppose. But we wanted a top 10 shootout, didn't we? So yeah, I got to say, I'm just really disappointed in that. So yeah, we do have 9 cars still, but of course that's really taken a bit of the sting out of the tail, really, hasn't it? As I was looking forward to Q3, but still we do have 9 cars. We must move on, and let's as Maxi there got a Q3 ban, of course, there for his misdemeanor in Canada. I think I can't remember, to be honest. In Canada, of course, we had all sorts of issues with the stream, didn't we? At the end of Canada, and which is a shame, really, because we. I hope you guys did watch the rerun there, because it was absolutely incredible. What's that? As a tune there, it's just been. It's basically just been. Well, Sam has just got in front of him there. Of course, there's no after you, sir. Is there in the pit lanes here? Sam there getting his right away, stuck his nose out, and he is in the first man out on track. No, he's not the first man out on track. The first man out on track is Roscoe. No, it's not Roscoe either. It's T. Sammy. I apologise. So T. Sammy out on track. Timmy is second behind him as well. Yeah, so we've got as T. Sammy there is just flying through the first part there. And I think Timmy just keeping on the track whilst T. Sammy just flies across the track there. He doesn't want to use any more wear out of those tyres than possible. And I'm wondering if I think, is there anything in the rule book about where we can do some real Formula 1? I'm not sure about that. Is there? You've never seen anyone do it, have you? I suppose this is a T. Sammy does not go through the chicane there. So T. Sammy there is just on his way then. So we've got 9 cars into Q3, then let's just see who the runners and riders are. And they are Toon Fan, fantastic stuff. Fizzy, great. We've also got Sam as well on his debut, brilliant stuff as well. We've got Fizzy's teammate, Sven, brilliant. We've also got T. Sammy, the man who's in the championship. Of course, the T. Sammy, here's a stat for you. I don't think he's only had 2 pole positions this season. T. Sammy has it. He's definitely a much more complete racer, isn't he? We've also got Brown once again showing he's got some good 1-lap pace, hasn't he? Can he get some points now? We've also got Timmy in 7th position, who is out on track, and also Roscoe as well. So we've got 8 cars, not 9 cars in the top 10. So here we go then. Here comes T. Sammy. Let's go on board with the championship leader, shall we? Look at this then, crossing the grid hatches now then. This track is very much an urge hungry track then, and he's dropping down then into the first chicane. And look at a bit of the sun there. Of course, it's a very awkward first chicane, isn't it? Does one run too wide? He has run too wide already in turn 2, and that is it. And unfortunately, we've got a Williams there right off the track there, Brown, and he is visiting the scenery out there. Let's go on board then with, I think Timmy is in turn 4 and 5 now. Sorry, he's in turn 3 and 4 then into the second chicane then, as Timmy's going to carry on from where T. Sammy left off. Now into turn 6 then. You can see then a bit, couple of bites of charity into turn 7. Then turn 7 is a bit of a nothing corner really. But now coming down the back straight, DRS right on the money. Timmy is then, and now then we're just waiting for a marker. Where is he going to break then? Let's take a look, and he breaks just before, I think it was on the 100-meter marker board. Fantastic stuff. And accelerates away out turn 9 then, and you can see then now he's coming to turn 10 then. And you can see this is a very fearsome corner, isn't it? He's purple in the second sector, 53. Good stuff, Ben. Does he break? No, he doesn't not. Dude, that wasn't even a lift, man. Was it incredible stuff, man? Now it's turn 11 then. I don't think turn 11. Yeah, down in turn 11. Apologies, I've got completely confused. Yellow flag then in the chicane, and don't worry about that. In the turn 12, and they've even got actually a number markers about where the turns are. Fantastic. Turn 13 there. Once again, a bit of a nothing turn. Now into turn 14. There's the pit entry there. Timmy's not interested in the entry at the moment. Oh, he's interested in the exit. Now into 15 then. A bit of a hard ball right-hander there to end the lap. He's round deployment. Timmy comes into the line, and it's currently provisional pole position there for Timmy. Good 17 then. What about Sven? Sven comes out to the line. He has done a 32.9, I should say. And we've also got a Williams out in the background of Brown, who's just started up there. He's red, so he's not gonna. That lap's not gonna count then. This lap's gonna count for Fizzy. Then he comes up to the line, and Fizzy goes second fastest then. 3 tenths of a second behind Timmy as it stands at the moment. As a Toon's gone, and then I think Toon's retired in the pit lane, has he? I think he has. So that's an interesting development. Sam goes 4 fastest in the Renault there. I'm not sure what's happened to Toon. I'm a bit confused. Well, I'm always confused, but I'm a little more confused than I normally am. As we're on board then with T Sam as he flies through turn 10 now. Let me catch up on the comments there. Nosy saying yeah, I'm sure you can all read that, so I'm not going to read it out. we've also got Toon there saying it's a solo job, solo Ferrari job it is then. And of course Toon also commented on the accident with Matt and Alfa Romeo, which as he could describe it as poor form, and I absolutely agree with that. And he's also just said they're sick of this game as well, so I think there's something's gone wrong with Toon, hasn't it, as he's retired. I'm sure he retired in the pit lane now. T Sammy comes to the line. He's only third fast. He's on a 32.1 there for T Sammy at the moment. So yeah, the man who's leading the championship there didn't have the best of luck there, did he? Brown is invalidated this time again. I wonder if he's going to have to come in the pits then. Brown is on this one, or is he going to carry on? We'll keep an eye on what Brown does in just a few moments time then. And you can see taking a couple of bites of the cherry there, didn't he? Roscoe has gone purple, but I think it was Fizzy that said last night actually that you can't really rely on that trap map, can you? Because it says it's purple, but it's not. It might not be the fastest there of the actual session then. And to be honest, I did have my suspicions there as he drop in now, coming down into the fourth gear chicane then, accelerating away then, and he is now coming up then to the fearsome Lise. I've been saying Lise. I'm not even sure if that's right. Is it? I'm trying to sometimes I just if it sounds right, then it must be right. That's the way I live my life. Coming into turn 11 now then, and this corner just tightens up. It just gets tighter on the exit before letting the car drift out slightly into the final sector now as well. Then you can see them, and you look at this, and Roscoe very inch perfect there, as we talked about him in Q2. Now he is stepping up his attack there even more for Q3, isn't it? The pole position, is it there for the taking? Well, Timmy's got a 3:10 for a second gap from Fizzy who's second. That's a crack in front row with Sam in third position, T Sammy in fourth. Roscoe's on pole position, an incredible time there from the Scotsman, 10 for a second in front of Timmy. Brilliant there from Roscoe. Fantastic stuff. And he's missed the and Brown there has also gone red again there, and I'm not sure if it's red with anger or just if he's just invalidated his time there. So unfortunately for Brown, as he's taking the scenic route then, and I got to say he's given us a great view of the alternative view of this track there. As Brown there is just I wonder if he's coming back in the pits. He is coming back in the pits then. And that's a shame there for Brown then. So I'm wondering he's going to put on a new set of boots, and he's going to go again then, isn't he? I have no doubt about that. Of course, remember in Q3 you do get a new shiny set of soft compound tyres there, and of course to encourage more teams like Force India and Toro Rosso, teams like that snuck through into Q3 and used all their soft tyres, didn't they? And unfortunately they didn't get a run in Q3, which was basically which was disappointing, really, wasn't it? Because you used all your effort to go free. Sam there again for using 3 laps on the soft tyres. I think Sam is got to say, Sam just likes to build up to his lap, doesn't he? Just goes round and round and round, just gets quicker and quicker. Quick learner, Sam isn't he? Roscoe's on track at the moment then, as he's just Sam is invalid his time now. Timmy is out on track early. I think he's come out to respond to Roscoe's 31.5 there, isn't it? I gotta say, this qual position is actually there for the taking, isn't it? Good stuff, Ben. With Matt out qualifying, the only other and Steve not race side, the only other man that's been on pole position in this session is T Sammy. So potentially we could have a new pole sitter then here tonight. Then T Sammy has to be on pole position, otherwise I think we're going to have a new pole sitter, which is fantastic as well. Sam is going to slow down the straight. Then Timmy is just about to get himself ready to go. We're on board then with Timmy. Let's see what he can do. Now he's on the loud pedal. Here we go then for a lap around France again then. As he comes over the grid hatch then, of course, he's got full out errors then, hasn't he? He's on 5, which is I think what's 5? I think it's hot lap, isn't it? I couldn't remember what the setting was then. I haven't actually driven that for car around on this game for a very long time, so I couldn't remember what the setting was then. Yeah, hot lap of course is 5, overtake is 4, high is 3, 2 is medium, and 1 is low. And then of course then 0 is none then as well. If you want to do a lot of harvesting, this track is very much. Oh, and Timmy there going a bit too much there on the on the outside then, and I think he might have lost a bit of momentum as it comes down the back straight. And let's see what he can do then. Yeah, of course then this track is very urge hungry, isn't it? It definitely eats up the energy, doesn't it? So yeah, Timmy there really Timmy there doing a good job there. He's still got half deployment left, Ben, and the final part of the circuit is very twisty, isn't it? Very so I'm not sure how much deployment you're going to use, and I wonder if Timmy might just turn it down a bit, because I think, as we got a yellow flag, is one of the Williamses there, Brown there, just getting on the way. Oh, sorry, I got very concerned then, because I've seen 2 dots there, and that would have been a bit disappointing then, wouldn't it? Fizzy's gone full fastest there. I am missing all the action here at the moment, don't I? I need to really sort myself out. Timmy there coming through the final couple of corners now then. Let's see what I can do in the McLaren and accelerate. Look at the heat haze, it's so hot here in I think it's Southern France, isn't it? DRS available. Let's see if Timmy can improve. He improves a 31.1. Fantastic stuff from Timmy. Remember, he had pole position in Canada last season. It's going to be a second one of his career. Wow, he has thrown the gauntlet down, hasn't he? And he has time for one more run. How is he going to be able to use it then? T Sammy, oh my goodness me. No, it is T Sammy there, who's 5/10 to a second up. That's half that's half a second now. That's incredible stuff from T Sammy, and he's gone out early as well. He's good on what he does have time for 2 runs there, but yeah, I don't think his Earth is going to let him, is it? As he comes into the final cut, he's coming into the final section now then. Let's see what he can do. We're on board then. Let's see what is it. His target times are 31.1 there. Is it going to be beatable? Is Timmy gone out of sight? Let's find out. Timmy has gone second fastest. He is 4/10 to a second away then. He does have time for one more run. Has he got the Earth then? Timmy there is also going for the run, but he's 5/10 to a second down then. Brown is out on track. Sven is on track as well then. We've got all action here in qualifying, haven't we? As unfortunately we've lost 2, and Max has got a penalty as well, so we've got 7 cars going for the shootout here. We're on board with Sven, and he is coming down the back straight now, and this is getting very interesting as well. So I cut to Brown, my apologies. Let's go back to Sven. He is 2/10 to a second down. He's going to have an almighty amount of work to do in the second sector. Let's see what I can do then. As I got to say, I love that site there. I look forward to the opening a couple of laps there, because that's going to be brilliant. 95 hundredths of a second down in the second sector there for Sven then. He needs a mammoth final section. He at the moment, he always running wide. Look at the understeer on that Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo just wants to drift out. He wants to go to the scenic route, doesn't it? The Alfa Romeo. Sam is out on new soft tires. So is Fizzy as well. Timmy is in the pit set. So Timmy is done. He is on pole position now as it stands. And will he stay there? That's going to be a second one of his career, I think. Here comes Sven. Yellow flag. It's also an Alfa Romeo, I think, who's Fizzy in the pits there. I think, yeah, Fizzy's in the pits, and that's a shame for Fizzy. Sam is also finished as well. Here comes Sven. He stays in 6th position then. Sam is invalid this time. I don't think he's going to be able to improve either. Sam doesn't improve then. Sammy is second on the grid. Timmy is on pole position. Stands. Can Roscoe do anything about it? He flies through Lise. He is still in track limits. He is still on it. And that track hasn't gone red there. Keep it on the track on the right hand side. Keep it on Roscoe as well. We're on board with him now as he's coming into the final sector. And let's see what he can do then. The fuel light is flashing then. It's all or nothing for Roscoe. Can he get onto the second row? Well, on the front row, he just needs to 6/600ths of a second there. He needs to find 4/10 to a second to get on pole position. He's got gone wide in 14. Here's 15 now, bumping over the curb. Let's see what he's doing. Is he done it? Is he done it? And it is pole position, an incredible time of 1:30.954. Roscoe is on pole position then for the French Grand Prix here in Paul Ricard. Fantastic lap there from Roscoe. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Wow. And I can breathe. David just commented, what have I missed in quality? Where's Matt? Unfortunately, Matt's AI crashed into the back. I think it was an Alfa Romeo, which unfortunately took him out, which, to be honest, Matt was absolutely robbed there as well, because I think Matt would have been in the fight. So Matt will start 10th, unfortunately. And, yeah, we've also had a couple of crashes in Q2 as well. We lost Hogg, and we also lost Harry, who crashed at Lycée as well. So that's the story of qualifying so far. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the final classification from Q3. Roscoe, pole position by a 10th for a second. A mammoth final lap there for Roscoe. Timmy second. T. Sammy is third. Sam on his debut fourth. Hats off. Fizzy fifth with Brown in sixth. Sven seventh. Toon didn't get no time as something peculiar happened. And the T and of course Maxi getting a Q3 ban for his misdemeanors in Canada. Right then, here's the race then. And, of course, I got to say, the pit lane's a bit unusual, isn't it? There's a bit of a kink halfway through the pit lane, which is odd, isn't it, to say the least. Let me quickly share out the stream to everyone as well, as I'm sure the elite guys definitely do not want to miss this, because this is going to be absolutely brilliant stuff, isn't it? And so I'm really looking forward to this. Is going to be brilliant stuff indeed. As you can tell, I can't do two things at once. So 1 second, as I quickly share out the stream then, and hopefully we'll be getting going then in just a few moments time then. So we're just waiting for the drivers to pick their strategy, and let's see what they're going to go for then. As David's go on, Hoggy. Of course, Dave, a former Ferrari driver as well, and of course, then so of course he's still got Ferrari in his running through his blood still, isn't he? Anyway, we've got 16 cars then on this beautiful Manicourt. Yeah, I'm a couple of years behind, aren't I? On this beautiful Paul Ricard circuit then. Let's go through the grid then from front to back. We'll take a look at the tyre strategy as well, and I got to say that's a very good mix and match, isn't it? Medium tyres then for Roscoe, for T. Sammy, for Sam and his debut, for Maxi. We've also got medium tyres as well for JJ and Hogg, and also Harry and Asdog. I hope you've all made a note of that. On the soft tyres, we have got Timmy, we have got Fizzy, Brown, Sved, Toon, and Matt. Watch them fly off the grid then. They're going to be absolutely electric, aren't they? Going down into turn one. Hard tyres, and we've got all three compounds, and I gotta say, we had like a free car battle going down there. As you can see, they're all taking the Polisarium boards out. I wonder if that's a bit of sportsmanship there to try and put drivers off their breaking point, perhaps. And they're in too sinister, are they? I'm sure they're not. Anyway, go back to the tyre compounds there. We've got hard tyres for PB and double as well. And of course, I think that might be a wise choice for doubling a PB there, just to stay out of the way there and just watch the carnage unfold then, because I have a feeling there's going to be so. 27 laps then, grid from front to back then. Roscoe is on pole position, fantastic. Timmy is second. Third position is the championship leader, T. Sammy. Sam on his debut in fourth position, brilliant. Fifth position is Fizzy. Brown in sixth position. Sven is seventh. Toon is 8th and getting very close to Sven's rear there. 9th position is Maxi, and 10th position is Matt, who's not interested in the formation lap. 11th position is Double, and 12th position is JJ. I wonder if we had a bit of a flashback to last year, as it looks like JJ and Matt might have come together. Hogg in 13th position, and he is leading the formation lap. Fantastic stuff. We got PB in 14th position. 15th is Harry, and 16th position is Asdog, as Asdog has been left behind slightly, hasn't he? I'm wondering if he was just tinkering about there with the car setting. Right then, 27 laps around this incredible circuit then. Here we go then. The tension is building, the heat haze is rising. This is going to be great. 27 laps then around magnificent France then. And of course then, we are just waiting for the lights to come on then. Those magical 5 red lights then. And we're waiting for it. And I am waiting for it as well. I can't wait. There they are. And here we go. 4, 5, there's a pause, and we are going to be God, jump start, that's a jump start, and oh my goodness me, we've had jump starts there for Sven, for Sam, for Timmy, there's Paul, it's not Fizzy has taken the lead there in the French Grand Prix, and he is the man leading, Timmy second, Roscoe third, Sam fourth, Sven, Brown, T-Sammy's in trouble, T-Sammy's in trouble, we've got all kinds of carnage on the opening corner, just like Elite last night, and but all of them have got away, T-Sammy's jumped out to 9th finish there, we got Astor coming to 10th, Maxi is, oh my goodness me there, giving Astor very much a good old brush there. Astor 11th position, 12th position is a Toon, 13th double, JJ, Harry and PB brings up the rear there, so we're just flying through turn 7 as well. Sam there getting a jump start, unfortunately on his debut. I think a couple of others did as well. There's the lights seem to be on for eternity there, didn't they? But gosh, but my goodness me, I'm not sure if there's a glitch on the Hog, and Sven there just slamming the door shut as Hog there he's almost had his nose clipped off there, didn't he? And coming out to the chicane ends, we're coming down into Lise then. There's Fizzy is leading this race, and I'm not sure, I've got to say, I completely I'm not really sure what's occurring there. Oh, and Hog there, oh, Sven, that's Sven is gone, oh my goodness me, and they haven't taken evasive action there. Oh my goodness me, and wow, I gotta say, good reactions for those guys. I would have just plowed straight to the back of it because I've got no reactions at all. And wow, good stuff then from everyone there to avoid the oh, we got a yellow flag in the background. I think it's Sven there is still having problems in the background. Fizzy's in the pits, so is Sam. I think it's all the drive-through penalty. See, said lap 1 completed, Timmy leads, Roscoe is second, Brown is in third position, in fourth position this Matt then after the appalling luck in qualifying. Matt is back in action. 5th position is T-Sammy, Hatton Maxing 6th, Hog 7th, 8th is Alstock, Durable 9th position, JJ in 10th position. These guys are all just, and look, we got pit stops for Sven and Hog as well, and Toon as well then. Timmy leads then, Roscoe is second then, and hopefully I can have a breather there. This is going to be fantastic, isn't it? Hog, Brown is second and a half back then from Matt in 4th position then. T-Sammy is 5th, Maxi 6th, and he's all over the back of T-Sammy like a rash, isn't he? The two men who have come from Elite there are now going to be battling wheel to wheel then, on board then with Maxi then as he's coming down the back straight then. This is going to get very interesting. No DRS yet then, of course. We got to wait until the end of the third lap. That's when the DRS is coming, so this could be a pure overtake in the sense of the word. And having a look there, but T-Sammy is not going to be phased by that, is he? Hog is not too far back either, 8/10 of a second between Roscoe and Tim as well. I think Timmy's got a drive-through penalty as well, unfortunately then. Harry has got by JJ and up into 10th position there, and we're on board then as just taking a look then, is that JJ is getting very interested in the back of the Renault there as they come into Lise there. Watch the downforce around here because the car starts to float, doesn't it? Harry goes a bit wide there, but I think you're very brave to have a go around here, isn't it? Of course the corner tightens up there. Maxi is all over the back. Oh, he's not all over the back, he is through, they're side by side there, and then let's take a look, there they are, it's Maxi there, is still in 6th position. T-Sammy is under almighty amount of pressure. Matt just in front of us as well, and one of Red Bulls are going to play a bit of team tactics here. Into the pits there comes Alstor, comes Fizzy, comes Timmy as well, and lap 2 completed then. 1.9 seconds to go to Roscoe. Roscoe's wandering away from the moment. DRS has been today with this. They come down into turn 1 then, and yeah, that's unfortunate. We had a lot of drive-throughs there, didn't we? Because the lights did take a very long time to go out, didn't they? And I wonder if it caught a lot of drivers off guard, perhaps. Then, of course, they might have been anticipating for the lights there, and I think it might have been a chance too far then. Look at them all budged up then. Matt there is a 5/10 second in front of T-Sammy, who is well, that's what that's incredible. That's less than 3 tenths of a second now, isn't it? Down the back straight then. Brown there is also just in front of Matt then. Look at this cue there. There's a Ferrari in the background. That is Hog there. Hog doing a good job for the Ferrari team. Matt is having a look. He's more than having a look. He is side by side. He passes Brown. He moves up into 2nd position. Now he's got Brown out the way then. Has he got the pace then to get off that Toro Rosso? We'll find out in just a few moments time then. Brown is not a slouch either though, not by any stretch of the imagination. Harry's moved in past her. Harry's loving that overtaking maneuver. Look at them all. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? As they go flying through Lee Stadium before coming through turn 11 then, and as Brown there is leading this queue of cars, but he's not dropped off the back of Matt, is he? Remember that one who talked about the tire compounds, is it? Matt's on the soft tires, so is Brown. Those guys have got to make hay whilst the sun is shining, don't they? They need to start to try and bridge the gap there. Roscoe's on some medium tires, and also the others around him are also medium tires as well. Oh my goodness me! T-Sammy going wide, and oh dear, there's contact, and they've all gone into this concertina. But is there any damage? I didn't see any debris come come off. I think they might have been okay. Yes, they are okay then. So very, very lucky devils are out there at the moment, aren't they? Because that could have caused all kinds of damage there, and that would have definitely have hurt the drivers in this, because really you need all the wing elements in the correct place. Oh, Maxi's got a 3-second penalty, doesn't he? He is looking he's looking like an angry bee there, isn't he, behind him? He's just trying to get by T-Sammy at the moment, isn't he? And I think he's got a lot of pace. Hog, now the penalty is starting to come through, and look at Maxi. Maxi is so close to the rear wing of T-Sammy, isn't he? I know, you can see we're on board with him coming through turn 7 now, and flicking it through turn 7. And look there at the ISS, and look at T-Sammy there. He's flying by. He is through. He passes Brown and up in the 4th position there. Sam's got a 3-second penalty on his debut, also through his Maxi as well then. So they both just follow each other through then. T-Sammy 3rd, Maxi 4th then. So they are through and up into 3rd and 4th respectively, and Brown dropping on the 5th position. Hog is just not too far behind in 6th position at the moment. Sam is very much in the postcode range of Fizzy. He's 2/10 of a second back at this moment in time then. Let's just take a closer look then. Whoa, I thought it was closer, but I think that Fizzy there has got a lot more momentum there coming out of the chicane then. Good stuff indeed then. We'll come back to that, because I just want to keep an eye on this battle here. Of course, the two men then who dropped down, who came from Elite last season, didn't they? And I think Maxi's had a very difficult start to his super career, hasn't he? T-Sammy has had an absolutely immaculate start, hasn't he? There's been a lot of murmurings, hasn't it, about T-Sammy smashing the records there of Super, isn't it? Remember that smashing the records there of Super, which of course not that bad, is very highly regarded. So is Nosey, but of course T-Sammy are trying to rewrite the record books, isn't he? Coming down into turn 1 at the moment. That's Matt just in the foreground. I wonder how long those soft tires are going to last for. Well, they didn't last for too long last night, did they? As Brown has got a 3-second penalty. 3-second penalty there. Of course, these penalties are going to rack up. Remember last season, not last season. We got to Sam. Sam is past Fizzy and up into 12th, 30th position there. As though we set the fast up the race then. And we've also got PB, who has just been overtaken by Timmy as well then. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a very good race, isn't it? As we mentioned before, that league race around here is fantastic. Do not watch the proper oh my goodness me, Hog and Brown are side by side into turn 9 then. Hog has got the inside line, but Brown has got the momentum there. He's going to go on the outside into Lise then. Look at the foreground, Red Bull side by side then, and you can see them giving each other plenty of space, and Hog flicks it through Lise. Brown now! Hog has spun it! Oh my goodness me! How is that car still going in the right direction? That was a clout and a half against the barrier. Has he damaged the wing? He surely must have had damage. He has got damage there, but I gotta say, he's looking not to rip off the front corner of that car. Good stuff indeed then. And look, Double is having a look as well. And as he goes on the outside, Hog gets out of it. Good stuff there from Hog. Maxi is once again stood all over the back of his T-Sammy at the moment. And he's pushing him through turn. Brown's in the pits, and as those soft tires didn't last long at all. He's pushing through turn 15. Then there's coming. Oh, there's, you can see that alarm there going off in the background. That was just on us. We've got pit activity, which is Brown. We've also got a JJ in as well. No, Hogg's in as well, and Timmy also in the pit set. Matt is set on the soft tires at the moment. He's got 5/10 of a second gap over T-Sammy. But I think Maxi's looking the raciest out of all three of these at the moment. They're on board with Maxi. And then they've just come through turn 6 as well. Then, we've had a lot of pit activity in the opening 6 laps here in Paul Ricard. So I wonder about the guys that pitted earlier going to come back and maybe come back in into the race later on. Brown got on the hard tires. So we've got medium tires for Asdog and for Toon Fan. Medium tires for Timmy. Soft tires for Hog then. So he's going for a sprint second stint here. And Sven there on the medium tires as well. Those are the pit stop. Those are the pit stoppers at the moment. Fizzy, we had a drive-through penalty earlier on, and he technically hasn't come in the pit set. Look at this, and this is an incredible battle. Fizzy's got by PB and up into 9th position then. Good stuff there from Fizzy there, passing up the Williams. Oh, T-Sammy going wide then. Maxi's having another sniff there on the inside, but nothing venture, nothing gain, as they say at the moment. And Max there, I think it's just a matter of time. Maxi really needs to try and get by, try and make the move, doesn't he? He wants to really try and gain the advantage right now, because Roscoe is now 3.8 seconds in front. Matt has gone around again then, so Matt there is happy on those soft compound tires at the moment, doing a very good job. Him and Fizzy have made those soft tires last quite a good distance in this race there. We're on that lap 7 then. Good stuff indeed there. Remember what Jacob said in the comments earlier on there. He was saying about the soft tires ain't gonna last too long at all, but and the medium tires are going to last only 10 laps, around 10 laps before dropping off there. So fantastic stuff there from as Fizzy's in the pits now, but twinkle toes there from Matt and Fizzy for keeping those tires in an optimal window. They're good stuff indeed there. But Matt is going to be feeling the he's going to be feeling the breath now, isn't he, of T Sammy and Maxi. They're going to be breathing on his shoulder, over his front wing, and they're coming down the back straight as well. I've got to say, Matt must have a slippery car around here, only because there's a big old long straight, isn't there? And well, there they are now. T Sammy is definitely looking very interested in Matt's position, and T Sammy pulls out. He takes second position, passes Matt, moves up into second. Good stuff from the Toro Rosso drivers. Is Maxi going to go through as well? We're on board with Maxi, and of course the Red Bull drivers doing a good job there. They're second in the constructors, aren't they? But look at this then. Toro Rosso 1-2, Red Bull 3-4. Brilliant stuff, isn't it? Just like in the constructors there. Yellow flag in one. Then what's going on now? I think it's Toon there who's just recovering then, and just taking a quick look up and down the field, and JJ is now all over the back there, and Max is all over the back. I thought JJ was going to have a look at Lee, but not quite then. JJ doing a good job in his position. He had a good race last season, didn't he, before he was involved in a couple of incidents there, but JJ then did that, and Matt's in the pits then. Whoa, that's a very wild entry into the pits there for the man who's in third position then. So Roscoe there coming through the complete lap 8 then. 20 laps to go around here then, so we're not even remotely at the end of this race then. There's a long way to go, and there's a lot of stories still to be told around here, and so definitely put your feet up, relax, because these drivers aren't going to be relaxed at all. Matt's in the pits and he's on the hard tires. Is that going to get him to the end of the race? That's going to be interesting. They're on board there with JJ, and JJ then having a very short race. Good stuff here from JJ. Go look at that car, he's on the outside, he swoops on the outside, he passes double up into 5th position. Good stuff there from JJ. Great move there, very well controlled there from the McLaren driver. Very expertly done there from JJ. Fantastic stuff. And great shot here from JJ's viewpoint as well. Look at this. Look at these turns. They just keep coming at him, don't they? The question I've got now. Oh, Toon is out. Toon is out of the race there. And I think he's gone in the pits, has he? I think he has gone in the pits and retired there. So Toon is out of this race, unfortunately then. And his first 2 races in IRC haven't been the most fruitful, have they, unfortunately. Back on board then with the man who's in second at the moment then. We've got 15 cars left out of the 16 aside. Maxi then, I'm wondering now with the cars in front, it was giving T Sammy a bit of a tow, and also DRS. Now then, let's see what T Sammy can do then. Has he got the pace in this Toro Rosso there? I gotta say over the course of the race so far, he looked like he hasn't had the pace, has he? He did drop down the field. He dropped down as low as 8th or 9th, didn't he? Did a good job to come back through, hasn't he? And he's back over in the second as well. Roscoe's gap is down to 4.5 seconds, so Roscoe has definitely matched him at the moment, but T Sammy is just easing into that lead minutely at the moment. Hog there on his soft tires there is now starting to pressure Timmy. Remember, Timmy was on the front row, wasn't he? And unfortunately, had a lot of jump starts. You're very much on the wits, aren't you, when you start the race? So I'm wondering and that's probably why we had a lot of jump starts, because they was just trying to time it, wasn't they? Unfortunately, they didn't time it too well at all. But I think there's risks. Of course, everything's a risk, isn't it? And unfortunately, that risk didn't pay off today. To Maxi is now really starting to get very interested in that second position, isn't it? Can he get through now? Then, of course, T Sammy hasn't got DRS anymore. Then Hog has set the fast up on those soft tires. So he is coming forward, Timmy, isn't he? And PB is under pressure from Ransdog as well. Here comes Maxi. He's gonna go. Where's he going? No, he ain't gonna go just yet. There, he just ran out of straight there, didn't he? Going into the chicane there. T Sammy had just about enough in him, didn't he, to keep ahead then. What about the second part now? Then is this time he has got DRS. It's all about the ERS. Output them from both Honda powered cars as they fly through. Lee Saden, there's the leader. It's down to 3.8 seconds. It's under 4 seconds. The gap is at the moment. Incredible stuff indeed then, isn't it? Asdog there is really homing in on PB, and he should get by. He has got by. Asdog is through, up into ninth position, and passes the Williams, and is on his way. Good stuff indeed there from Asdog. Hog is now also going to give Timmy some food for thought as well, in the 12th and 13th position as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Oh, and look at this then. I wonder if Maxi might just throw a lunge down there in turn 15. I've got to say, it usually doesn't happen. I've got to say, if you do throw a lunge down there, it will not end pretty, will it? T Sammy is just, you can see run out of racing just run out straight there going into turn 1. This is good stuff indeed. Then now Sam, we got a good battle between JJ Double and Sam there for 5th, 6th and 7th position at the moment, and I've got to keep an eye on that battle, because I reckon that battle is going to get very much entertaining as well. This is the battle for second at the moment there. Even though these guys are battling, they're dragging each other along, ain't they? Roscoe might be feeling a bit concerned, ain't they, soon, as the gap is just coming down and down, isn't it? As these two men are now starting to bear down on him, ain't they? And now back on board there with Maxi. See, Sam is all over the back of Double as well. And I gotta say, I'm not sure who to watch that, but I think they're just gonna run out of room. They just do run out of straight then. And so that's a shame. But look, I gotta say, Max is so good under the corner, isn't he? Under the corner speed. But T Sam there just as look, there's Roscoe. My goodness me. That is a lot closer, isn't it? They're just there. It's now under 3 seconds. They're quickly gaining on the Toro Rosso driver. I wonder if Roscoe is having a bit of harvesting at the inside. Passes Double. Sam is on his way. He's up in the 6th position. He's a second behind JJ. Then in 5th position. JJ's had a fantastic race. So is Sam, and so is Double. Brilliant stuff. I'm loving this. And Timmy is now all over the back of Brown. Isn't he? We're on board then with Timmy there. And look at the back. There's PB. Then there's Brown. Then there's Timmy. And where's Hog? Well, Hog's dropped back, hasn't he? Only 4 laps on those soft tires. And the Ferrari driver is dropping back here at this stage of the race. Maxi is still under the rear wing. Oh, my goodness me. Is he going to go on the inside? Remember, this corner just tightens up until it can tighten no more. And Brown there is still in front. Sam is now under a second away from JJ as well. Both McLaren. Oh, no. And I'm not sure for now then. I think that did Timmy there just unsuspectedly he drove into the back, and he's got downs on the McLaren there, and that is going to be a handful to say the least, isn't it? I think he tried to it looks like he just drove into the back of him there, didn't he, Timmy? I think he just misjudged what Brown was going to do there. We're on board then with Sam. Remember, make this David say, Simon's been in the top 10 more or less as soon as from the get-go here tonight. Fantastic stuff there from the Davidson. Brilliant stuff there from the Renault driver. And of course, Renault are languishing near the bottom of the moment. They both Harry and Sam have had a very difficult start to the season so far. I think a lot of it's been more about unluckiness. And, oh my goodness me, I'm not sure what's going on there then, but I think that's got a bit brutal, hasn't it? Sam is on the inside. Is he going to have a look? Where is he? Oh, not quite then. As a JJ just about keeps his position there. Not sure what's going on with Brown and between Brown and Timmy there. I think it was getting a bit hours out there. Hog is all over the back of his all over the back as well. Timmy's up in the 9th position there as well. We're just watching Sam fly through Lise, and he is still in 9th position. We've got to take a look at this, haven't we? Because what is going on here? And as Brown is dropping down the order, Hog is down into 12th position. Timmy is now back in the points in the McLaren, and I gotta say, this is fantastic action, isn't it? Good stuff indeed then. Brown there, I think he's got damage to the car as well. That's a lot of damage on that Williams, and he's going to be showing turning, isn't he? Sam there still behind the way then. Oh my goodness me. Oh wow, look at them all there. They're basically together. I think Roscoe's really turned on the wick though. It is since we left them, the gap has stabilized about 2.9 seconds, and look at them as they are flying through these corners. It's incredible how they're not driving into each other. Absolute skill of the utmost. Brilliant stuff, Ben. And Max there just going a bit wide there, so you can see the understeer is really hurting him, isn't it? Into the pits comes Timmy. Only 5 laps on the medium tires. I wonder if he's going to go on the hard tires to the end now, but that's really hurting Timmy's strategy. Yellow flag. Safety car. Sven is gone. Safety car is out. Oh my goodness me. He almost went into the back of it. Sam's got a 3-second penalty. So sorry, take a breather. So safety car's out. Sven is gone off on a big way, just coming to Lise now, and that is a huge smash there from Sven there. Oh, Roscoe there is almost floating there. You can see you come off the so where is I think he's on the left hand side, isn't he? He's well off the track. I struggled to see him, to be honest. There is dots out there, but we couldn't see the car there. So Sven now having an almighty shunt, and that is the safety car here in France. And so I've got a question: is he going to come in the pits? I think he will come in the pits then, but that is a very uneducated guess, and this is not going to help Roscoe, is it at all? There, because Roscoe had started to pick up the pace, hadn't he, and really bridged that gap into the pits. This is going to be appalling up for T-Sam. He's going to have to stay out. Wow, this is an incredible development here in France. So Roscoe in the pits, so the racer is going to the pits. He's going to go to the hard tyres. Has T-Sam got any life in those medium tyres to try and pull away, or is he going to come into the pits? And how much time is he going to lose? And we're going to find out. Then is he going to catch the safety car? He is going to catch the safety car, I think. Now remember, everyone else, they are set to a doubter, but they won't be as soon as they cross the line. And hard tyres for Roscoe. Maxi on the hard tyres as well. We've got Harry coming into the pits, and we got JJ, we got Sam, and Double is staying out. He's on the hard tyres already. Double is, so this hasn't helped at all. Matt is also on the hard tyre. And that should help Matt get to the end there. Maxi coming out in the third position. Double fourth, Matt fifth. Harry is in sixth position. Seventh position is JJ then, and we've got a lot of pit activity going on here, haven't we? This is going to get very interesting indeed. Dave has just asked, what is T-Sammy doing? He is, I think it's because T-Sammy has stayed out, because he would have queued up, wouldn't he? If he was, because Roscoe's in the pits first. He was the first car to get serviced, unless T-Sammy found a novel way of getting past Roscoe in the pits. Of course, we have seen that before, haven't we, with the Ferrari boys? Very remembers where Raikkonen overtook, no, it was Alonso that overtook his teammate Masakun in the pits in China one year. I think it was 2010, wasn't it? Brown there fixed his car and come out the pits there. Hogg is also out the pits on the medium tyres. I'm not sure if the medium tyres will get to the end for that. I wonder if it would just be just a take from the set of the hard tyres to go for that. Sven is left for session. We've got two retirements, Toon out, and also Sven's out as well. And Dave is saying that's a big mistake. And look at that. That picture says it all. That's a huge mistake there from T-Sammy. The man who's leading the championship, he would not lose his championship lead today, whatever happens. But my goodness me, he's made his work so much difficult now, hasn't he? But remember, back in 2008 there, Germany, I think it was, where Hamilton stayed out of the pit, didn't come in the pits either, did he? And he had that incredible drive there, did he, back through the field to win that German Grand Prix. Can T-Sammy emulate that? Well, we're going to find out. But well, before you even do find out, of course, that might not even come into fruition. He's got to get through the grid, hasn't he? So the safety car is out then. So this is just going to neutralise the field. He is staying out. T-Sammy is. So T-Sammy said he feels that he's got enough wear left in these tyres to stay out and see if we can pull away. I'm not. I think it's a big ass, personally. Unless he's going to try and go on the soft tyres, I don't think that's going to work either, personally. But what do I know? Into the pits comes JJ. JJ's back in the pits. So all the I'm not sure if something's going on. I'm not sure there's some shenanigans going on in the midfield. But JJ, who's just come in the pits, and he was on a fantastic race, and he is. It's a strategical call. He's gone on the medium tyres again, JJ has. This is interesting. I was saying a minute ago that the medium tyres might not last to the end, but I think JJ might have proved me wrong here, possibly. But yeah, he's coming out of the pits now on the medium tyres, and Brown is also on the medium tyres as well. So we've got a couple of medium runners there in the foreground. I would have gone hard to the end of the race now, but again, so that's interesting. 13 laps there for PB, who's on the hard tyres. Oh, low now for PB. Beautiful stuff indeed then. So the race is neutralised then. So let's take a look at the what's going on there. So we're on lap 14 out of 27. That's about half distance, give or take. So well, it's half distance on this, or halfway through this lap then. So we got T-Sammy, who is in the race, but he hasn't stopped yet. He's on the medium compound tyre. Second position is Roscoe. Third position is Maxi. Double up into fourth. Fantastic stuff. Matt in fifth position. Harry in sixth position. This is a very strong drive for the Renault team. I hope I don't jinx there, but good stuff indeed. PB seventh. He's done 13 laps on those hard tyres. Same as Double. They're keeping those tyres going though. Sam in eighth position on it. Rookie doing a fantastic job. Brilliant stuff indeed there from safety car in the end of the start then. But before we even talk about that, 9th is Fizzy, 10th is Asdog, 11th position is Timmy, 12th Hogg, 13th JJ, and 14th is Brown. Retirement, Sven, who caused the safety car win. He was off over there somewhere, somewhere over in the Armco barrier over there. And also we have Timmy, Toon out as well. I'm not sure what happened with Toon there, but it just didn't go to just didn't go too well at all. Nosy has just thrown a comment there and there. So I got to say, we got some alternative strategy on. Nosy thinks it's going to be softs. So that is interesting, isn't it? I said I dismissed that a minute ago, so that just shows how much I know. Of course, the Season 5 World Champion of Super there, he reckons it's going to be soft tires there for T Sammy. So interesting stuff indeed then. Right then, safety car's in the end. It's like, when is he going to go? When is he going to go? Safety car's gone. We're going now. Oh my goodness me. Matt is in the pits and I think there's something going appallingly wrong in the background. Racing at lap 15. Here we go. And T Sammy leads. Roscoe second. Third position is up accident. Is he going to be able to absorb the pressure? Look, the two Renaults in the background of fourth and fifth. Fantastic stuff. Matt is in the pits. And also Double's just recovering. I think that Matt and Double have had some look at Matt there. There was some appalling look there for the man who's second in the championship mode. Here's the man who's in the championship, and that is T Simon, and he's navigating around the first couple of corners there. Whoa, look in the background. Oh, we got a train here. It's a bit of a trolley train, and it's leading Harry is the man he's the conductor at the moment, isn't he? Second is second of the train is Sam, and then we've got Fizzy who's also in sixth position mode. But I wonder if Fizzy's going to try and go onto the soft tires as well. That's a new strategy course there. There's me thinking it was cut and drive, medium to hard tires. Absolutely no idea what I'm talking about as I come through the chicane. Oh my goodness me, we got the front three balance, then we got fourth, fifth, and sixth. And Sam there just leaving a car's whip there on Fizzy there, and Fizzy's tyre, I've got to say, Fizzy's tyre with 8 lap old medium tyres is still hounding the back of that Renault, isn't he? Oh, Harry's gone off the track there. I think he does. Oh my goodness me, the two Renault cars have come together. That's an appalling bit. Like, Fizzy's going to go on the outside, is he? Oh no, Sam's damaged the car. He's damaged the car, but he's still trying to hold on there. Fizzy's going to go on the inside. He passed it. I don't think Harry's got any damage. I think he just got destabilised slightly. But Sam there's a brilliant debut. It's a turn into stuff of nightmares. He's got into the back of his teammate. Golden rule in Formula 1: do not crash into your teammate. And I don't think Cyril Beep will be appreciating that at all there as they come through to complete another lap. Here in France, here comes Armstrong. I remember where Armstrong was. He was 16th on the grid. He is up into 7th position. Is he going to be over the 6th? He passes Sam. Does he? No, Sam swoops on the inside. But now Armstrong gets better drive. He's on the outside. He is up into 6th position there. Sam is in 7th position now. Timmy is... Oh, Sam is going to have a look on the inside, is he? Oh no! And oh my goodness me, that was a day late and a dollar short. And Sam there is really getting very desperate at this stage of the race, isn't he? As no DRS there, we've got to wait 3 laps, of course. 3 laps after the start, and also 3 laps after the safety car. I'm loving this shot, by the way. That's a fantastic shot there. As he comes down the as they come down the back straight as well, and this is an intense battle, isn't it? And you can see then there's so Harry still 4th position, good stuff there. Fizz there is had a strong season so far, isn't he? Asdog just needs to pull away here, doesn't he? To just get out of the toe of Sam. Then look at all these cars. That is brilliant stuff, isn't it? Look at them all. They're all queuing up then, all the way down to the Williams there, Brown there as well. Double is 7 seconds back. PB 13th, Matt is in 14th position there after contact under the safety car. Up and under goes Timmy. He passes Sam. The Renault car is going to be struck now, isn't he? So damage there. Sam there went into the back of his team there. He's damaged the car, and because of that, he's now under the cosh. Almighty, isn't he? T Sammy's under the cosh as well, isn't he? He is struggling, and Sam there flying into the pits there. I got to say, as you see, flies up the free. Oh, he's also got a 5-second penalty. It's all going wrong for the debutant today, isn't it? What a shame for Sam. He had such a strong start to the race there. It can all just go wrong in a twinkling of an eye, can it? And that's a shame there, isn't it, for those guys out there. Then we've also got then the JJ in 9th position, Brown in 10th position, Double M. Sam is just fixing the car then. Whoa, look at this then. And we're on board there with the Toro Rosso of Roscoe. He is all over the back of T Sammy. JJ's got a 3-second penalty then. Sam is still coming out of the pits, and PB is in front of him as well. We're keeping on the battle behind, and DRS I think has been enabled. It has been enabled. So then as you can see, we're coming down the back straight then. Roscoe is just not it's just not close enough at the moment, isn't he? T Sam's got a slippery old car, hasn't he? Fizzy's also having a good. Oh look at that! Stop there getting full time. Oh, we got 3 IRC veterans right in the mix there. Harry, Fizzy, and Asdog all in together there on the track there. There's Timmy in 7th position as well. A young Unk start, isn't he? In 7th position there. Another young Unk start is Hog in 8th position. Look at them all. That's the front 3. Here's the second 3, and then there's Timmy in the background there flying through. JJ and Brown are also also tangled. Oh my goodness me! I don't know where to look. Let's look here, shall we? Look at this, and they're all over the back of each other. Sam and Matt there is battling away as well. We're on board then. Is Sam battling tooth and nail, isn't he, with Matt in the battle for 14th and 15th position. Then we've got a bit of cloud cover coming over here in Paul Ricard. Then as it was a lovely sunny afternoon here in the south of France, but it's not so quite sunny anymore, is it? It's a bit of overcast. I haven't heard about any rain. The only time we spoke about rain was, of course, when Fizzy bowled on a set of intermediate tires, didn't he? On board then with the man who's second at the moment, Roscoe. He's had a good old race today, isn't he? Pit lane drama into the pits. Here comes Double. He is on the hard tires. He's going to, what tires are going to go on then? I wonder if it's medium tires. It might be too early. Is it going to be too early for soft set? Well, we'll find out, won't he? T Sammy has done 17 laps then on the soft tires. I got to say, medium tire. I got to say that's a very good old stint there, isn't it? On board then. I think that this is his best chance, and it Roscoe's again. He's turning up. He's turned on the wick then. He's going on the inside. He takes the lead of the French Grand Prix. He passes T Sammy. Fantastic maneuver. Car 84 leads the French Grand Prix. Now then, is T Sammy lost a bit of momentum. He's gone over the curve. Then JJ and Brown are also battling away as well. We're giving on that. T Sammy's got off the defend. They're coming into Lise. Look at the background. Look, there's 4 cars in the background as well. Flies through Lise. And T Sammy is still second above. Third position is Maxi. Then we got Harry, Fizzy, Asdog, Timmy, and then we got JJ, Hogg, and Brown as well. I'm loving these battles. They've partnered themselves up, haven't they? It's really good stuff indeed, isn't it? And Roscoe's already gained 9/10 per second. That's how much he was being held up by T Sammy. I think that T Sammy, if he's got on the soft tires, then I'm wondering how long. I wonder how long he's going to be able to hold. He's coming in the pits now. So he's coming in the pits now. Then so into the pits. There comes T Sammy, and they're covering the final corner now. Then so now Maxi, is he going to be able to take the bull by the horns, literally and figuratively, as he is driving the Red Bull? As I was just trying to explain. Right, no, Fizzy's up the inside. He's up in the third position. Fizzy's on the podium. He's on the podium. Brilliant stuff. Harry's in fourth position. Harry's had a superb drive today. Asdog has had an absolutely electric drive. Driving today. Gab today. Hopefully, Timmy is giving Timmy's been. No, that's a bit of a. Oh, I gotta say that's a bit of an elbows out, kind of barging him out the way there, isn't he? Now Timmy is going to go on the outside. He's coming off the track there. He's thrown. Well, I think he was off the track there slightly, wasn't he? Asdog fourth, Timmy fifth, Harry in sixth position. Back on board. Timmy is attacking Asdog. He's going to go on the outside into the chicane. Where are they? There's Fizzy. Oh my goodness, Asdog running off the track. And again there, excuse me, again there is Timmy been running right now. Harry's back in as well. And look at the background. We got JJ and Brown also battling away there. Oh my goodness me! And he's up the inside into Lise. He is at the owner, but Timmy there, gotta say, Timmy there just a blast on the outside. Where? Oh my goodness! And there they are. Brown and JJ swoops on the inside, takes 8 finishes. That's absolutely fantastic. Isn't it? JJ's had a fantastic race. T Sammy 18 seconds behind Brown. I haven't even spoke about that, as that is incredible, isn't it? Oh, Ross is getting very tail happy, isn't he? He's about to complete lap 19 then. 8 more laps to go, everyone. Fantastic racing. Maxi set the fast on the race. He's coming for Roscoe, isn't he? Can Maxi get his first win in IRC Super? Well, I got to say then, it's all up for the bait at the moment, isn't it? Fizzy's now in 4th position there. 3rd position. 4th is Asdog. Timmy in 5th position with Harry in 6th. And hopefully those guys will calm down. Now, that was getting... Last lap was very, very brutal and stuff indeed, wasn't it? But yeah, all their carbon fiber is still in the correct place there or thereabouts, isn't it? So brutal, but no way, no harm done. What's that? As they're down the farthest part of the circuit, as they're going slightly wide down. Asdog's doing a great job, isn't he? Remember, 16th on the grid to 4th. Good strong drive there from Asdog. Timmy in 5th position. I've got to say, Timmy's been on the back foot, hasn't he? But he's navigating himself well up into 5th position. So good stuff indeed. Matt and Sam are still battling away, isn't it? Of course, Sam there going off the track there, and Matt's going to have to go on the inside. He is on the inside. He is up through. He is past Sam, moved up into 12th position. Good stuff indeed. Oh my goodness me. Asdog, where is through? He's through. He's past Fizzy. Asdog is on the podium. Incredible stuff from Asdog. Wow, that is is an incredible drive today. I've got to say them. It's been incredible stuff. Matt and Sam are just battling tooth and nail for 12-11. T Sammy's got the gap down to 14 seconds already. He is flying on those soft tires then. And remember, I would say it's almost a certain that he possibly might get even faster as well. Yeah, T Sammy there. I'm wondering if he was forced into that strategical call because he didn't want to queue up. But I'm wondering that the time that I think the strategy route he's chosen might not be. I think it might be worse than what it could have happened. I don't know, perhaps. But yeah, Dev is definitely not looking too good for T Sammy at the moment. Ed, whoa, as Where's the Fizzy? Oh, he's gone off the track there. Fizzy's off the track, and then Timmy has gone on the outside there, going into turn 3 and 4. Fizzy should have the inside line, and oh my goodness me, T-Sammy has set the fast time. Fizzy's given him a car with Timmy decided not to take it. Then it's just follow the leader for here. Well, Timmy's not interested in follow the leader, so he was just trying to get out there as flying down the back straight as well. And I've just seen a comment. I'll come to your comments in a minute. I just seen a comment from Dave Harry getting roughed up a couple of months ago. He was indeed. It was a bit. I've got to say that was very brutal, wasn't it? Timmy is on the outside. He is up into 4th position there. As Dog 3rd, Timmy 4th, and Fizzy in 5th position there. Wow, good stuff indeed then from these guys. Then Fizzy dropping down to 5th position. Then I got to say, hats off to all these guys. Then a lot of these guys there who are 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and has been in the war, so to speak, today. But they have done a great job, haven't they? Brown, oh god, he's all over the back of JJ. I'm loving the fact JJ's run up there, so he's doing a cracking job. Say this is his best drive of the season, isn't it? By far, and I say absolutely cracking stuff as well. Brilliant stuff as well. Sam and PB are now coming into combat. PB in an 11th position, 12th position is Sam. Sam is on the inside into Lise. He threw up in the 3rd, 12th, 11th. I mean, they got the position right in the end then, and he is through as PB going very wide then. Matt in 13th position then. Out of miserable French Grand Prix. A bit like last season, really, isn't it? It's just not going at all. Well, Matt has gone up into 12th position then. And he's by PB. He's dropped down to 13th then. Now then, here's the battle for the final podium. As hopefully it'll calm down a bit now then. Yeah, so just taking a quick look then. Yeah, last thing I said, Dave was saying has to be sauce, but needs a big lead. And unfortunately, T Sammy hasn't got a big lead at all. As he's only got his 10th position. Wow, is well down, isn't he? This is his worst race of the season so far. Dave was saying, I think Maxi will win this. Knowlesy, Ross has got it in the bag. And of course, Dave was celebrating Fizzy's podium there, but unfortunately, I'm so far beyond the comments there. Fizzy's now down in 5th position there, isn't he? Dave's also spotted a Ross penalty. Oh, okay. I think I missed that. So yeah, that's a huge blow for Ross. Has got a penalty, so that is not good at all there. So that means that Maxi's in the boxes. I think Maxi's got a penalty as well somewhere along the lines. I'm really bad with these with keeping tabs of the penalties as they fly through Luce again then. And yeah, so I got to say, yeah, Harry getting completely roughed up a couple of hours ago. What can this be there? Getting absolutely brutalized, wasn't it? It really was. It felt like a bit like Street Fighter, doesn't it, or Tekken, or Mortal Kombat, I don't know. Back on board Timmy then. So yeah, I've got to say, when we saw about driver day earlier, as Roscoe is back under siege again from Maxi. Maxi is back in DRS as well. Brown is also keeping tabs on the McLaren JJ, and Matt and Sam, I think, are going to renew that rivalry once again. That is them two have been battling tooth and nail, haven't they, for the past couple of laps. Look at how dull it's got. We can see a bit of sun lens there on the camera there of the McLaren there, but look at the overcast of the clouds there. I wonder how much that's going to we got a 3-second penalty there for Timmy. Timmy's got a 3-second penalty for the McLaren there, and I think these penalties are starting to rack up. Oh, as I said earlier, I'm rubbish for keeping the penalties, keeping tabs on the penalties. Oh my goodness me, this is going to get very tasty indeed. Roscoe's in trouble because Max is gaining. How much is Roscoe going to defend? He's going to have to defend, and Maxi won't be too quick. He's on the outside. Roscoe's on the inside. Maxi has the inside now, but Roscoe will have the inside. So again, then as they come out of the chicane and they're going up to Lise, they're going to be side by side. Then it's 900ths of a second. Roscoe's back in front of the drag race. Roscoe's back through. He regains the lead of the French Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed there from the two drivers, two very tip-top drivers. A super brilliant stuff there. Absolutely really good stuff. Hats off. 1/10 for a second between us with Timmy Fizzy, and I think that it was getting there's a Brown there. Is having a look there. We've got a 3-second penalty for Sam as well as Sam and Matt there. By the way, remember, Matt is down in 10th position, 12th position. T. Sammy is still 7 seconds away, is he, from Brown? So not big points to the moment for T. Sammy with just 5 laps to go in this race. So it's yeah, it's not looking good. Oh, Maxi is through. He passes Roscoe on the back straight. Roscoe, there's contact. And Maxi, oh, he's just brushed the Armco there, but he's gone back on in 2nd position there. It's because of the gap between them two. They just absolutely pulled out in front, didn't they? But Maxi and Roscoe coming together there. I'm not going to judge that because I'm rubbish at judging any kind of instance because I get it wrong all the time. But yeah, they were side by side. Roscoe braked much later, and I think that might have tipped Maxi into the spin as they rubbed wheels. Oh my goodness me! So Roscoe leads by 5.7 seconds. Simon Matt is through. He's up into 11th position. He passes the Renault driver. Now can he stay in front? Then I've been saying that a couple of times, haven't I? As you can see, there's Maxi just in front of, just trying to get back up to racing speed. Then Asdog and Timmy were so quite far behind, weren't they, because of all their battling going on, and the pace of the front two today has been absolutely magnificent. JJ Brown's off the track. I was expecting the Williams head to be tightened out. That's gift wrap. Oh, that's gift wrapped. Oh my goodness me, they're battling side by side. Timmy is taken 3rd position and he's out. Yeah, he's up on the podium there. Timmy is down. The 4th goes Asdog. T. Sammy is now all over the back of Brown. That's helped T. Sammy maybe get a point or two. Let's take a look then. We got rain! I think that's rain, is it? It is rain on the final couple of laps, and this is going to get very interesting. I think the T. Sammy might beat the man in the box seats here. But we got rain, we got more drama here in France, and I don't think we can take much more at the moment. This is an absolute classic race here at IRC. I got to say, this might be one of the best races of the season. And look at this. Oh no! As Timmy is through, still through, I should say. But Asdog's gone. No, it's Timmy has gone wide. Asdog is going to stick up the inside. How much is this rain going to affect him going into the final stage of this race? And Timmy's still back through. T. Sammy's past Brown and up into 9th position. Then Brown dropping down to 10th. Then wow, what an incredible end to this race. Then 4.6 seconds between Roscoe and Maxi. They have to be a bit gingerly now on the throttle then, because they don't want to spin it around in these very sticky, in these very treacherous conditions. Asdog is got it. He's picked a side. He's got the inside. Oh, they bang wheels going down into. Look at this. Timmy there is so good on the brakes there. I gotta say, Ricardo-esque on the brakes there. Timmy is. He has a beautiful touch on that brake pedal, doesn't he? Asdog is not giving up though, is he? I gotta say, he feels it. He feels this is the moment. This is the time for his position to get back in the 3rd. Where are they? There they are. Going very close now with this rain falling down. It's gonna be very treacherous, isn't it? And Asdog, they're forcing them out wide there. A bit of strong arm tactics there from Asdog, and just making sure that Timmy doesn't Timmy doesn't get back through. I know we got Steve in the comments there cheering on Roscoe. Steve is in the racing points and our figures. Look at the rain there. That's a lot of rain coming down there. This is going to be a very intense end to the race. Of course, the magical sign for coming into intermediate tires will be when the DRS is disabled. Of course, there's no point going on the intermediate tires, though, is there? But look at Timmy there. He's flying through again on the inside. Roscoe, no, it's Asdog. Asdog is back. Oh, they banged wheels. Timmy's around then, and he spun around and fitted there, just going through then. Harry then, there's a recovering McLaren there. Oh dear, and Hogg is through as well. What a shame there for Timmy. He's dropped down to 7th position there, and it was getting very, I got to say, there's been some very strong battles here today, haven't there? And Timmy there is cutting the corner. I think that's the frustration. He's lost 5 seconds there. Sam and Matt are, I think they're just having fun out there at the moment. They're having a great old scrap. T. Sammy is at 2.5 seconds back on one of those soft tires have had its day, so to speak. Quite possibly then, as yellow flag and 2. Timmy is out of the race. I feel that as he's on the back straight somewhere. Yeah, he's damaged the car. That's on the straight there. I think Timmy there very frustrated. Now this battle is going to mean something. Well, it meant something, I think, anyway, because this is becoming a bit of a grudge match, isn't it? But now then they're battling for a point now. Sam is gone through. Sam is flying down that straight. Sam is in the points and on his debut. Can he stay there? And he said I was on a breather. So that is going to be the question now. Roscoe is in this race. Maxi second, Asdog in third, Roscoe fourth, fifth is Harry. Hog is in sixth position. Hog having a great job. Look at the rain. It's incredible, isn't it? The rain is fantastic skill level from all these drivers to stay on the track. Really good stuff indeed. David just said that's predictable. They was always going to crash there. As it was Asdog and Timmy there was really was really getting. It was getting very brutal, wasn't it, towards the end of this race there. A lot since the safety cars come in. I got to say that some of these guys have thrown caution to the wind, haven't they? And it's been very brutal indeed, hasn't it? So I take Dave's analogy there. They was roughing each other up, weren't they? A Hog there, can he sneak into fifth position? Harry's had a great race today, I'd say, absolutely fantastic. JJ's had a brilliant race as well, absolutely good stuff. Sammy's had probably worst race of his career there. Sam is going to get his first point of his career as it stands then at the moment. I should have waited until the end, really, shouldn't I? Dave is cheering on his former teammate Hog, but he's gone on the loud pedal, Hog has, and that has released Harry. Oh, and Hog there, oh, but look how treacherous this is. Sam's got a 3-second penalty. That might, I've blown it again. I'm hoping that, oh dear, I think that Sam's going to be under all kinds of pressure now. T Sammy's all over the back of JJ in the battle for 7th and T Sammy is on the outside. He's going to take 7th position, is he? Where's JJ? JJ is 8th then. T Sammy moves himself up to 7th position then. So, trying to recover something of what he lost there after the safety car at the wrong time. Now that's the problem of having two competitive teammates, isn't it? Unfortunately, T Sammy was just caught in the rock and a hard place there, wasn't it? Yellow flag into, I'd say, Williams, who's gone off the track there, PB. Here comes Roscoe through the final corner of the French Grand Prix. Roscoe wins the French Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff from Roscoe. Maxi is going to come through in second position. Brilliant drive from Maxi, his best drive of his career. For Asdog, what a drive from 16th to 3rd. Brilliant stuff. Fizzy, a brilliant drive to 4th. Ballin drive. Harry, what a drive for 5th position. Everyone's had a great drive. Hog in 6th position. T Sammy, good recovery. Well, I think we were disappointed with that, but he's 6th in the end then. Hog in 7th. JJ, brilliant drive in 8th position. First points of the season. Brown in 9th. Who's going to get a final point? Sam's got a 3-second penalty. Matt is having an appalling race today. Sam is going to finish 10th position. No, Matt gets 10th position. Sam just outside the points in 11th position. PB is going to come through in a 12th position. And PB's going to come through in 12th position then in the Williams. And 30th position is double. Look how gingerly they're driving now. They've got literally no grip. PB in 12th position, 5-second penalty, unserved penalty at the end there, and double finish 13th in the end. But this is the man who's got the spoils today. Roscoe wins the French Grand Prix, pole position, two race victory there. Absolutely incredible stuff. It wasn't that simple though, was it? Well done there. Fantastic stuff. Dave just confirming that T Sammy blew his race by staying out. Yeah, he did. I think it's between queuing up or staying out, and I think that just didn't apply to that. So T Sammy's worst race of his IRC career then thus far. Unfortunately for T Sammy, I think that's the first time he's been off the podium, isn't it? No, I tell a lie. He was also off the podium in Monaco as well. But I think that is not a very good day then for the championship leader. It's a great day for us though, isn't it? If you're neutral, because that's really closed up the championship, hasn't it? Dave also confirmed it. Well done, Ross as well. Ross as well. And I got to say, a big shout out to Double for getting no penalties at all. Well done. If Double was so close to getting a point there. Brilliant stuff there from Double there. Kept his nose clean and almost snatching a point there as well. Fantastic stuff. Here's the final results then from the French Grand Prix, round 8 of IRC. Ross won this race. Fantastic stuff from Roscoe. Brilliant. Maxi second from 9th to 2nd. That's the strongest race of his career in IRC so far. Brilliant stuff. Asdog 16th to 3rd. Amazing stuff. Fizzy in 4th position. Harry, what a drive to 5th there. T Sammy 6th. Hog 7th. JJ 8th. Brilliant stuff. Brown 9th. Matt in 10th position. Double Sam and PB. Retirements Timmy, Sven and Toon all retired from this magnificent French Grand Prix. Nosy has said, as of for driver of the day, I definitely concur with that. Oh, I also like to give a shout out to Harry as well. What a drive for Harry as well. Brilliant stuff. And for JJ, I got to say, there's been some magnificent drives today. There really has. There's been some difficult drives as well, hasn't it, here in the French Grand Prix. And I'm going to need to lie down after that. Oof, my goodness me. Let's just quickly give you a quick plug about what is coming up on the IRC channel. Next week, we are here in the, well, it's going to be the sound of F1 cars, isn't it, in Austria, the Hysteria Mountains on the Red Bull Ring. Of course, the Elite League will be back in action on Wednesday night then. Slim, of course, had his first podium in a very long time, didn't he, last night? Brilliant stuff. The championship has been blown wide open after the protagonists of last night had really difficult days there, didn't they? Can Yor bounce back? Can Jamie now, who's only 2 points away from Yor? That battle championship is going to be fantastic, and Jacob picking up a magnificent win there. Can he now get his season off to a magnificent roll? In the Super, T. Sammy had a bit of a nightmare today with the strategy call, didn't he? That blew his race exactly like Dave said there. Can he get himself back on the horse there? Roscoe won today. Then now we have had some incredible races, haven't we, so far this season? Roscoe winning today, then that is definitely going to move him up the championship and right within the hunt there. Matt had a polling day, didn't he, today, unfortunately, and who was second in the championship, so he's going to be looking over his shoulder as well, isn't he? So the Super is on Thursday night, everyone. It's 8 p.m, so a week today, then. I'm looking forward to that. Both Elite and Super will be back in Austria.